Today in the games industry, most games companies employ multiple sections of people with different skills, ranging from artists to programmers, QA testers and 3D modelers to list a few. Among these are EA, Rareware and Bungie. Like most companies, the games industry has a specific hierarchy in place, with art designers reporting to the art lead, who in turn report to the lead producer. In this video I'll attempt to describe the job roles, levels and any working patterns in place within the games industry. The artists, who are in the base of most companies, are in charge of drawing and creating the art for the game, which can be a significant factor to be successful. Although they may go for being as realistic as possible, some may curate a unique art style, which reduces the rate of the game looking old. Some notable examples of this is Journey, Legend of the Wind Waker, and Mega Man. Game artists have to create the visuals of the game, such as the objects, characters, scenery, clothing, weapons, and many more. Games artists can be connected to other job roles such as concept artists, 3D modelers, and 2D/texture artists, all of who report to the lead artist. Furthermore, artists work for about 50 hours a week. 3D modelers take the 2D designs that the game artists create and transfer them into the 3D spectrum, no matter if it is an object, character, power-up, building, or vehicle. 3D modelers can expect to earn around $61,000 or around £37,000 yearly, with the models taking around 1 to 3 weeks for an experienced model to create a character model. Most game companies have the 3D modelers working in small groups to which are assigned to a specific section like buildings or the characters. This allows the model to be created in a quick and efficient way without the art style being breached. Furthermore, 3D modelers are also expected to have both artistic talent and computer skills. Also, they should be expected to work extensive shifts. The animators, as the name suggests, are the ones who animate the final product of the artists, giving them life and movement in and out of cutscenes. It is the job of the animators to ensure that the characters are animated in every aspect required, which in turn makes the game feel and look alive in the game world, with some examples being the main character limping after a fight, or a tree's leaves swaying in the breeze. Lastly, animators are expected to be paid $75,000 after 6 years' experience, and be expected to work around 50 to 70 hours a week. The job of the audio designer is to create the game's sounds and soundboard, making sure the game's music matches with what's happening on screen. For example, having a metallic clang when two swords hit each other, or not having really happy music playing during a main character's death. Audio designers are expected to work a fair amount of hours depending on how many are employed. Furthermore, they can expect to be paid around $42,000 a year. The lead artist is in charge of all of the art side of game development, which in turn means that he has to ensure that the game's concept, art style, storyboards and 3D models are up to scratch for the animators to use for the finished product. They should be expected to be paid the most in the department at around $86,000 and work around 50 to 70 hours. Furthermore, his original designs dictate what the game will look like. Hyper-realistic or stylized, it was his decision. Put basically, programming is what makes a game tick. Without it, the main character would not be able to move in any way, the AI would not work, and the engine may not even exist to allow the game to even run. Programmers usually use a programming language such as C++ to create commands for the game to react to certain criteria, such as a playable character attacking once the X button has been pressed, or a specific song to play at an encounter of a mini-boss. Furthermore, it is mostly safe to say that the programmers affect every department in some way or another, with sound programmers, scripters and gameplay programmers to name a few, each working in groups to help create the codes faster. QA testers are in charge of testing every part of the game to discover any bugs which may affect gameplay. This usually consists of the tester being given a certain part of the game and told to run into every single thing, such as hot walls and tables. However, despite heavy testing, some will still get through. While some can be extremely funny, there are some which severely affect the game, such as the corruption of save files. As the name suggests, the lead programmer is in charge of the game's programming, even if he has little time to actually contribute. He is still expected to do some, however, as he has to make sure that all the programming is being implemented properly and to keep track of the development of the game at a programming standpoint. The lead programmer has to also attend meetings and talk to the other leads and the client to ensure that the game is going as expected. The lead producer is the person in charge of overseeing the entire development of a video game from start to finish. They have to ensure that the production does not cost way over budget, and they have to undertake other important tasks such as organising meetings with the art, programming, and audio leads to check that each milestone has been met within each department. Lastly, they have to also negotiate with the contractors and suppliers involved in the game to ensure that no unauthorized conflicts are being made in the copyright or any other legal restrictions.